Hello and welcome to the Messages from Energy here on the theastroflower. Interesting week. I've been in a lot of places without any Wi-Fi. That's why I couldn't do the live last week. Traveling around. It's been very interesting. And I'm back here in the New Forest and in this beautiful little church. Very peaceful sort of place, as it were. And if you didn't notice, I did the signs last week on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday is earth and fire, Friday is water and air. And I specifically said at the beginning of every sort of reading that there was going to be a solar flare that's going to be hitting the earth around about the sort of 20th, the Friday the 20th, leading up to the summer solstice. And sure enough, as you can well see here, there is a flare heading our way. It's not particularly well charged, and there's been a lot more going on the sun than just that. There's been a lot of eruptions, X-flares included, heading off in the direction of Mercury. Taking out the messenger from the sun at the moment, because I think the messages are mainly that are coming from within more than from without side, as it were. And so there was a lot of eruptions that's been going off to the front of the earth and behind the earth, and that creates a lot of air energy within the vibrations of the earth. So this week here, I think we're going to be looking at particularly earth and air. So you'll be able to see that on the Thursday and Friday readings. But yes, it's been a very interesting week here. Not to be distracted by what is going on in the world, I think. I talked about it last week when I was talking about the crows and how people can sort of try and stop you from creating this new paradigm that we're moving into, this common sense revolution that I've been talking about over the last 2-3 years. And it seems to be coming to a head more than anything else. But we'll see what that has in the messages from energy. In the meantime, let's just get the chakra sequencing. Now I'm going to do a video on the chakra sequencing of how it can help you to understand what the rhythm is within the energies and how it can help you to create your projects, do your business or career path, but also create sort of your spiritual path, your emotional and your relationship side of life. Okay, but that's another video that's going to be coming out on this sort of channel, just to help you out so you can understand why we do the chakra sequencing as well. So here we are, we're on that line that goes from that church there that's running straight through us out that way there. So let's just connect to the energy. There we go, connecting, finding the 0 point. We can see the energy that comes up from everything that is around us, so it's slightly detached from the physical, not totally within the energetical world, but we're certainly between the two. And that's the best way to feel energy, is finding that 0 point. So here we go, we're connected to the energy at the moment. Let's just get a general feel for that energy. There's an anticipation here, and I think this plays into the summer solstice that's going to be happening over the Friday night, Sunday morning. If you're in the UK, it's going to be around about 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning. You'll be able to sort of check out where it is locally to you. It's always good to be out on the line, and I'll try and see if I can do a live for that summer solstice change of energies. Okay, but it seems like there's a lot of anticipation, there's a build-up, there's a lot of anticipation that's coming out of it. Okay, and so let's just see what's going on with the chakra sequencing. There we go, we've got the central point there, that's really good. Now we've got the crown and the root playing. The root is very solid, but the crown chakra here seems to be opening up. It's almost as asking, as if to sort of say, open up your consciousness and your connections with everything that is around you, being very attentive of the immediate environment. That's what it seems to be in line with. So everything that you're hearing, seeing, feeling, and noticing in the world around you. Apparently it's going to help you feed a lot of things into your life and create your pathway. But the root chakra is saying solid as well. It's on the move now, and then it moves into the throat chakra. And this throat chakra is with the third eye, because the two play hand in hand. The throat chakra seems to be holding back here. So I would just be, I think it's being asking to be very attentive to the world that is around you. And it's more of a case of listening, because that's what the throat chakra does. It listens and speaks. And that's what it does, the throat chakra there. And I think it's asking you to listen to what is going on in your local environment that is around you. The third eye is very fine. It's concentrating on the your path of what you should be doing, rather than investigating too much of your your imagination or your what can be. It's more sort of asking you to keep concentrated on the grounded stuff, on the concrete world at the moment. It's moving into the heart. Now that's really nice. It's lovely. It's very light. It's all about that enjoyment factor. It's really playing beautifully. It's almost like a gentle fountain of a spring fountain that's bringing fresh, beautiful, clean water to the surface. And it's almost as if like it's cleaning our own misconceptions or our own misgivings, or anything that we may have sort of got wrong, as it were. And it allows us to sort of see things clearly in a much lighter way. Okay, it's on the move again, and it's moving down into the solar plexus. Now the solar plexus here is much more on the left hand side than on the right hand side. And the left hand side is much more about administration, doing things, physical things, getting things done. And it seems like when it's in line with your heart and you find peace with yourself, it allows you to step a lot more firmly into your future, and using that force that is within you, that solar energy that is within you, through the solar plexus there. And it plays a little bit into the rat. I don't know what it is in English. In French it's the rat organ. I will put it up there when I find the translation, but it plays into that, and that's slightly within the digestive system as well. I think it could be the spleen, but we'll have a look into that. It plays much more into that. It's almost sort of like it gives an impression that things are marching one step after the other without stopping. And that's what it seems to be. We're now going into the sacrum as well. This is really beautiful because it's quite literally just going down like that from the crown chakra, going down to the root chakra. And within the sacrum, it's playing also on the left hand side. This is releasing, once you know that, when you eliminate those things that you may have, the misgivings that you might have had about yourself, about the world around you, about what you're trying to do in life, all of a sudden it brings you back down to those fundamental things. So it gives you it should give you a clarity of the things that you need to do. I'm now getting the inner visions of the mechanical things I need to do in order to implement the pathway that I should be walking within my life. Really, really lovely energies there. Now it's playing into the right, and it does that. Our energy sort of goes up, comes back down, and it does this sort of infinity sign through the kundalini, as it were, as it goes through us. And we're getting slightly onto the right hand side. So once we get these steps into place, these fundamental steps into place, we can play with it a little bit. We can adjust things and enjoy it, the creation of things. It's now on the move again, and it's moving back up to the solar plexus, and this time we're playing onto the right. It's playing into the passion of the liver, and this is bringing that fiery energy, I think, that we all have within us, this determination that comes out of it. And then it plays into the crown and the root, and going back to the central point. Very, very logical progression within the chakra sequencing there. And it starts off with that crown chakra, the ability to see through the intuition of connecting multitudes of different areas in life. And then it plays into the listening, and that helps us to clarify our consciousness and our karmic paths, which allows us to listen and keep us focused on, what we should be doing. And then it allows the heart to open up for that joyous side of things, kind of going, now I know what to do. And that's when the solar plexus and the sacrum then starts playing into action. And it plays in on the left hand side, as we said earlier on, the sort of like concrete fundamental sort of side, and then it brings up onto the right side, which brings that joy back to us. And that's a little bit like that we reap what we sow that I was talking about last week. It seems really fantastic within the the big strides forward. That's what I feel like there's coming through it, and that could be that anticipation within the energy that we were feeling and just connecting at the beginning. It is very light, and it should always be joyous. If you look in the world around you, the world at large, as it were, that's the world that's trying to hold us back into a old paradigm that doesn't work anymore for the majority of us. It doesn't really sit right with us, this whole idea of knocking hell bells out of each other. And the moment someone starts knocking hell bells out of another, I'm out. I'm not involved. I'm creating or trying to co-create with yourself and everybody else within this world a new paradigm, a better place that we can experience and explore a greater future, as it were. And that sort of like plays out with this solar plexus of it being very joyous and making us a little bit more sort of passionate about where we're going in the future. Really, really beautiful. Now let's just get the messages from energy. So we're reconnecting to the energy. There we go. We find that point zero energy where everything gets suspended between the physical and the energetic world. There we go. I'm just going to go down the line back to the crossing point, which is at the church, which is just behind me there. Very interesting. I'll see if that plays into everything. It's sort of, fear not where you tread. Where you place your feet if your heart is true. That's what seems to be automatically coming through. Let me just go to, I've got that crossing point, I've got that vortex energy now that's in the church. So we're going down into the center of the church, going down into the center of the earth, sorry. I can see that sort of that film that's, because it's really quite tight now, just underneath the mantle, and it is pushing again. It's getting ready to push through a lot more of those bubbles, the new pole shift energy to the surface. So we may see extraordinary situation, complications and so forth. And there seems to be something to do with Antarctica as well, which is down below. And it's like someone's holding up a megaphone and trying to communicate something to us. And it could well be the earth saying, this is our connection to the universe, because the energy comes in through the South Pole and then goes up through the North Pole, and it loops through, creating that magnetic field as it connects to the plasma ball that's in the center of the earth, which comes originally from the sun. So let's just go down to that plasma ball now. There we go. There it is. And now we can step into that sphere. And the messages that come up is more of a case of do not fear for where you tread if your heart is clear. I feel that all the time. It's like if you're true to yourself and honest with yourself, it becomes a lot easier for you to step forth into whatever you're doing in regards to your projects, your business, or even within your spiritual path or your emotional path. It becomes a lot easier because you're stepping into something that you wish to create. And that's what it's doing. It's sort of saying, do not be distracted by the follies of an old paradigm through the earth, as it were. So that's going on there. It says to me, don't worry about the vortex, don't worry about the portal, as it were, the timing for that energy to come through. It's coming up to that natural pole shift of the sun, which is to do with the solar cycles, because the solar cycle 25 is pretty much finished. We're now going to be dropping off into the corona whole sort of energies that's coming through. So as it comes into there, it really is sort of saying to me, do not be distracted. Stay true to your hearts and your heart's path, as it were. There's a lot of love within the Akashic library that we can find within the center here, and it's like it's free at last. Lord Almighty, we're free at last sort of scenario. That's what it sort of feels like. Really nice energies. Okay, I thank you for that. Let me just slip through that inner sphere, out of that inner sphere, and this is where we can get the messages from the earth itself. It's asking us to hold hands. It's asking us to join in unison with the people that you know around you that have understood why we're here. Has understood that we are here to create something new. And when we do create something new, all of a sudden we can focus all our energy on very much more progressive stuff rather than imprisoning people or or knocking hell bells out of each other. Just thinking about the amount of time, effort and money that goes into all of that sort of thing, and if we diverted it into something that is far greater in our connection to everything, all of a sudden technology will take a massive step forward. And they say it's coming, but she's really, Mother Earth is trying to sort of saying we're all part of the same family. It's about time we understood that and joined hands together and lived in one unison together. And I think that's all about taking that step forward with your heart's desire. Really, really lovely energy. I thank you for that. Just waiting for that vortex to come back round. There you go. There's that vortex. There we go. We go back up through the vortex, coming up through the church, coming back down the line and back into the body. This is not an opportunity. This is like an obligation. An obligation of us to consciously step forth into a new world, as the energies are going to be changing incredibly in the next sort of 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and we will not recognize the world in 6, 10 years. And if we step into it consciously, I think it is a case that the meek will inherit the earth. That's what it seems like to me. So yes, there you go. That's the messages from energy for this week. There will be some other videos coming out this weekend. I will be going into that chakra sequencing a lot more, so it'll help you to understand how to really get into the rhythm of your energies and in the energies that are around you. But also there's a couple of other videos that I'd like to do according to a few comments that I've seen on the channel. So it's lovely to see your comments, always beautiful. and always lovely to see your subscriptions and your likings, of course. So I'll begin doing a couple of videos about that, because I think it's really important to, and I think it can help a lot of people to see clearly and yeah, and see clearly and engage in their life. So those videos are going to be coming out the weekend. I will keep you informed of whether about we can be doing a live or not. It'd be absolutely beautiful if we could do that. But wherever you are in the world at the moment, do enjoy your solstice moment, because the energy is going to be increasing enormously. In the southern hemisphere, it's going to be doubling in size. In the northern hemisphere, it's going to be going up by a quarter. But that's the way the energy flows. And in the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, it's the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. It is a moment where energy really does step up during the solstice periods. Okay, I will see you soon. I will see you on Thursday and Friday for the weekly readings for Earth and Fire on Thursday, Water and Air on Friday. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.